Good morning. This is a quick video on how we handle large order invoices. So when I first started the business in 2017, my very first client was Zulily in terms of large quantities. So we were probably shipping, I don't know, 500 to 600 candles a week, let's just say, on average, when we first started. And then it went up from there because I think to start I had 5 candles, 5 cents, and we were selling 100 of each cent per day, and then I went down and then I went up, so it kind of fluctuated. But the purchase order for the candles on a daily basis, because it was a 3-day run, was somewhere between 500 to 1,000. So let's just say, and so what I did was I signed on with a factoring company. And with factoring, purchase order financing, what you do is you ship the order, and then you send them the bill of lading or your shipping manifest or whatever, and the purchase order invoice. They then pay you minus a fee. So my fee was 2%, and that payment was made the very next day. And then once the check is issued, the check goes directly to them, and they give you the difference from what they paid you. So I never had to get any lines of credit. I never had to get any loans. I never had to do any of that because I used purchase order financing from the very beginning. And I maintained that relationship with them. It's called Eagle Capital, up until I started the trucking business, because when you use factoring, they put a lien on your business. It's called a UCC lien, which is not a big deal. It just means that you're using factoring. Once you're ready to end that relationship, once all of your invoices are paid, you just sign a letter. They send you a letter, you sign it, and they remove the lien. So for instance, when I started the trucking business, I needed to use a different factoring company because I wanted to use a factoring company that gave me fuel advances and things for the truck. So I had to end my relationship with Eagle Capital, and they just sent me a form. I signed the form, and then they removed the lien. So, not a big deal. But the point is, I did not have to come out of pocket with any of my personal money or anything like that, because I used them, and the fee was 2%. And I think the 2% was worth me not having to use my money and not having to get any lines of credit and not having to ever worry about net terms at all. And I was even able to extend net terms to my customers. So if I had a client that, say, wanted to buy a large amount of product from me, anybody for that matter, they acted as my finance department. So they would call, make sure the person was in good standing, that their business credit was in good standing, and then extend those net terms to them. So not only did I use the net terms for Zulily, I used it for any client that wanted net terms. So to me, that was the answer, and it's never tied up any of my money. I've never had any issues. I've always gotten paid the next day. It was a win-win for my company.